Council regular meeting for Tuesday, May 9th, 2023 is now called to order. Andrea, would you please call the roll?
Good afternoon, everyone. It is 5:03 p.m. As a reminder to all in attendance, this meeting is being recorded and live streamed on the county's YouTube page. Calling the roll, Ms. Conwell.
Present.
Ms. Turner.
Present.
Ms. Stevens.
Present.
Ms. Simon.
Here.
Mr. Kelly.
Here.
Mr. Miller.
Present.
Mr. Sweeney.
Present.
Mr. Tuma.
Here.
Mr. Gallagher.
Here.
Mr. Schron is absent. Council President Jones.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. At this time, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag
Of the United
States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. President,
Councilman Miller.
I'd like to offer a motion to excuse the absence of Councilman Tron.
Second. It has been properly moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Councilman Jack Schron is excused. At this time, Andrea, has anyone signed in for public comment?
Lou.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Came here today. I want to show my appreciation to all my heroes without the mask and capes. You have been making effort to come up with the legislations people actually need, instead of, like our state house in Columbus keeps coming out giving people the legislations we actually don't need. However, even we put out these legislations, lots of them cannot take effect immediately. So my suggestion is we probably have to be a little bit more proactive, because we already know all the accumulations in the community, which ones are giving people the negative impacts, which ones are giving good impacts. So probably we should speed up a little bit, put out all the legislations people actually need as early as possible. And I do enjoy the debates, the discussions in the committee meetings, and that really teaches people more about what we actually are doing for people here. So government may not work for everybody immediately, but the government should be for the people, and it should work. And that's what we need to keep on learning. And I do appreciate that, but I still do not understand why we cannot have the ARPA funds to the homeless services directly to the people in need of it, or to the people in need directly to have a rental assistance, mortgage assistance, instead of going through lots of middlemen, which we know they will waste the money. And doesn't matter, the taxpayers' money is directly distributed from the county or coming back from the federal government or state government. I think this is another direction we should all look at, because that is still a waste, a big waste the community actually don't need. Just like the legislation we need versus the legislations we don't need. Thank you very much for listening.
Council President, Mr. Tim Linville, CEO of the Construction Employers Association, respectfully submitted written testimony in support of Wage Theft Ordinance 2023-0009, which is on your desk.
All right, thank you.
And that concludes the public comment portion for today's meeting.
All right. At this time, can we have a motion to approve our minutes from our April 25th meetings?
Second, Simon.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it. The minutes are approved. At this time, we will hear messages from our county executive.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, and thank you, members of council. I just have a couple of quick things to mention, but one I'm going to come back to in just a minute. But the first thing I want to do is thank the over 300 Cuyahoga County employees who participated this weekend in River Sweep. It was the 34th annual cleanup of the Cuyahoga River, hosted by Canalway Partners, a nonprofit in town. But we had over 300 county employees out on a Saturday morning dedicating 2 hours of their time to keeping the Cuyahoga River clean. So thank you, those that were out there, and anyone in an earshot. We appreciate that effort. I wanted to also give a shout out to Yvonne and Camille, who are with our voter engagement team at the county. They're out doing a nonpartisan registration and voter drive out in front even today in the hallway, making sure that voters are engaged and registered here in Cuyahoga County. They're going to be out throughout departments all throughout the county, making sure that our team is engaged in voting. So that's something I just wanted to give a shout out to Yvonne and Camille for. On a matter I wanted to make sure that I reference to all of you first. Tomorrow, the county administration will be making a recommendation for the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's position. And I just wanted you to hear first from me that that recommendation is forthcoming before it's with anybody else. So it's live also in the press, but I wanted you to hear straight from me that there will be a recommendation coming to you tomorrow. We hope that the person that we recommend to you follows the tradition of the talent that we think we've been sending you in our directors pool, and thank you for the confirmations you've already made, and thank you in advance for your consideration of the sheriff. I wanted to say this to you also because I wanted to share with you my commitment to the office of the sheriff and my commitment to the management of the sheriff. I've been asked by a couple members of council to clarify my position, and so therefore tonight I wanted to clarify my position with deep respect for each of your individual positions on the matter. I know you've been deliberating and discussing in council committees, but I wanted you to hear from me my very specific position on this. And this is, I was elected on November 8th by the citizens of Cuyahoga County with a charter, as that charter stands. And that charter that was handed to me, I believe it is my responsibility to effectively implement and continue to execute the charter and be with the charter as it's written. So therefore, I believe that my opining on the matter of whether a sheriff should be elected or in a different management structure is outside the bounds of the charter as it was given to me by the voters who elected me November 8th. So I therefore want to continue to manage the sheriff and the sheriff's department as the charter specifies. I wanted to also say to you that I take the job very seriously. I spent 3 hours today with our interim Sheriff Greiner, and I want to thank and continue to thank Sheriff Greiner for the work he's doing with his team. We're obviously talking about everything from the management within the building to making sure we are of best practice and continuing to talk about the future of the jail, which we will continue to talk obviously with you in partnership with you. I view this as a partnership, but I just wanted to clarify my position as a sheriff is recommended tomorrow in the press, and just wanted to make sure you heard firsthand. Thank you, Council President and members of council.
All right, thank you. At this time, legislation introduced by council. Consideration of resolutions of council for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution 2023-0124, awarding a total sum not to exceed $12,851.65 to the City of Rocky River for the replacement of automated external defibrillators from the District 1 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
This item will be referred to the Public Safety and Justice Affairs Committee.
Resolution 2023-0125, awarding a total sum not to exceed $100,000 to the Harvard Community Services Center for the Students of Promise Exposure Field Trip and College Tour Transportation Project from the District 3 and District 8 ARPA Community Grant Funds.
This item will be referred to the Education, Environment, and Sustainability Committee.
Resolution 2023-0126, awarding a total sum not to exceed $70,000 to the Greater Cleveland Faith-Based Initiative Group for the purpose of Project Reach Anti-Violence Program from the District 8 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
This item will be referred to the Health, Human Services, and Aging Committee.
Resolution 2023-0127, awarding a total sum not to exceed $15,000 to the Friendly Inn Settlement, Inc. for the Friendly Inn signage project from the District 8 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
This item will be referred to the Community Development Committee.
Resolution 2023-0128, awarding a total sum not to exceed $10,000 to Seeds of Literacy for the Building Capacity to Support Increased Enrollment project from the District 9 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
This item will be referred to the Education, Environment, and Sustainability Committee.
Resolution 2023-0129, awarding a total sum not to exceed $15,000 to the Village of Healing for the culturally sensitive mental health care for Cuyahoga County's Black women from the District 9 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
This item will be referred to the Health, Human Services, and Aging Committee.
Resolution 2023-0130, adopting various changes to the Cuyahoga County Non-Bargaining Classification Plan.
This item will be referred to the Human Resources, Appointments, and Equity Committee. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions of council for second reading.
Resolution 2023-0097, awarding a total sum not to exceed $40,000 to the Literacy Cooperative for the Dolly Parton Imagination Library from the Districts 3, 9, and 11 ARPA Community Grant Funds.
This item will move to the May 23rd council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution 2023-0110, awarding a total sum not to exceed $25,000 to the Global Cleveland for the Welcoming Workforce Project from the District 3 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
This item will move to the May 23rd council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution 2023-0111, awarding a total sum not to exceed $20,000 to the Brenda Glass Multipurpose Trauma Center for general operating support from the District 9 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Good afternoon, Council. Trevor Meckler, County Council staff. Brenda Glass and her team presented this item in the Health and Human Services Committee last week. During that committee, Councilman Sweeney indicated that he would like to contribute $10,000 from the District 3 ARPA dollars, and that would bring the total amount to $30,000. So before you today is a proposed substitute that would increase Resolution 2023-0111 to $30,000.
All right, well, first we'll accept a motion to accept the proposed substitute. Properly moved and seconded. Is any further discussion on what we've heard?
I want to thank Trevor for doing it, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Councilman Gallagher, if you could make sure your microphone is on, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm sorry, Councilmember Sweeney.
It's on. Hello.
Oh, thank you. I just need clarification on the who first and seconded.
First by Sweeney.
Second, Tuma.
Thank you.
All those in favor of accepting the proposed substitute, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Can I ask a question, Mr. President?
Councilwoman?
To Trevor, I see in the legislation 35,000. On the proposed substitute, I see 75. Did you say 75?
Councilwoman, I will be covering that in the next item.
Okay, thank you.
The proposed substitute in front of you right now is for 0111.
Thank you.
All right. Well, this item will move. Did we say all in favor, say aye?
Aye.
Yeah, okay. This item will move to the May 23rd agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution 2023-0112, awarding a total sum not to exceed $35,000 to the Diversity Center of Northeast Ohio for the Stronger Together project from the Districts 9 and 11 ARPA Community Grant Funds.
Trevor?
Good afternoon, Council. Trevor Meckler, again, County Council staff. This item, Peggy Zone Fisher presented in the Education, Environment, and Sustainability Committee last Wednesday. It was originally for a $35,000 award out of Councilwoman Turner and Councilwoman Simon's Districts 9 and 11 ARPA Community Grant Funds. During that committee, Councilman Sweeney indicated that he would like to contribute $25,000 from the District 3 ARPA funds, and then Councilwoman Stevens indicated that she would like to contribute $15,000 from the District 10 ARPA funds. That would take the total from $35,000 to $75,000. And that is a proposed substitute before you as well.
First, we will entertain a motion to accept the proposed substitute.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved by Councilwoman Simon and seconded by Councilman Sweeney. All those,
Well, I just want to say thank you, Mr. President, to my colleagues, Sweeney and Stevens, who participated in this award to a very worthy project. So I ask for your support.
any further discussion? If not, all those in favor of accepting the proposed substitute, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. This item will move to the May 23rd agenda for consideration for third reading adoption. Consideration of resolutions of council for third reading adoption.
Resolution 2023-0091, awarding a total sum not to exceed $35,000 to the City of North Olmsted for the Springvale Ballroom ADA Ramp Project from the District 1 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Is there a motion?
Move to adopt.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
President, this ADA ramp is badly needed in that facility. It's a historic building. It'll be built on the outside of the building to give access to those who need the ramp. And I would ask my colleagues' support for this.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Just a note, council members, if you could make sure that your microphones are on, or if you could speak a lot louder into the microphone so that people can hear you here as well as people at home streaming. Thank you.
Consideration of resolutions of council for third reading adoption.
We're moving on to Resolution 2023-0092, awarding a total sum not to exceed $186,173 to the City of Seven Hills for the Calvin Park Splash Pad Project from the District 6 ARPA Community Grant Funds.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Yeah, Mr. President, I know Mayor of Seven Hills is extremely grateful for this ARPA money, and it's going to be put to great use in Seven Hills for the splash pad project there. So I would ask for my colleagues' support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0093, awarding a total sum not to exceed $186,173 to the City of Independence for the Rockside Woods Boulevard Sidewalk Installation Project from the District 6 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Move to adopt. Second. Mr. President, I can speak to this since Councilman Tron's absent, just that Independence has many businesses and hotels, and it's totally not walkable right now, and it's a busy road. So this is very beneficial to the people who work and stay in Independence on Rockside.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2023-0094, awarding a total sum not to exceed $186,173 to the Village of Moreland Hills for the President Garfield Birth Site and Cabin Path Stairs Project from the District 6 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Move to adopt. Second. I can speak to this. This was a good presentation in committee, and we learned a lot about the site that Garfield's Birth Site is. There's no money coming from the feds or any historical government agency. It's all from grassroots and contributions. So this would be a worthy project to support.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0095, awarding a total sum not to exceed $157,531 to the Village of Gates Mills for the Chagrin River Road Sidewalk Extension Project from the District 6 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Move to adopt. Second. On behalf of Councilman Tron, this is a worthy project in his district. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0098, awarding a total sum not to exceed $40,000 to the Family First Child Care, doing business as Family First Village for the GED Works program from the District 9 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Move to adopt.
Second.
On April 19th, we heard from Dr. Michelle Clark from the Family First Village concerning this legislation. She brought some of her staff as well as some of the students who participate in their youth programming. The presentation was compelling as they discussed the important work that is being done with and on behalf of our at-risk youth. The ARPA funds, if approved, will provide vital dollars for outreach to the foster care community in Cleveland. The Family First Village provides educational assistance, job training, and other related services that will allow foster children to succeed in the modern workplace. I support this funding request and ask my colleagues' support.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Recuse myself due to a conflict of interest.
And yes, one recusal from Councilwoman Conwell.
Resolution 2023-0099, awarding a total sum not to exceed $20,000 to the Greater Cleveland Urban Film Foundation for a local filmmaker night during the 13th Greater Cleveland Urban Film Foundation Film Festival from the District 9 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Move to adopt. On April 17th, Alton Tinker discussed the ARPA funding request submitted by the Greater Cleveland Urban Film Festival. This nonprofit organization works to enrich Black culture through cinema. Their work connects local communities and focuses on the rich history and culture of Black Americans. This funding request will allow the Greater Cleveland Urban Film Festival to reach a larger audience and provide additional support for local filmmakers. I proudly sponsor this legislation and ask for my colleagues' support.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0100, awarding a total sum not to exceed $75,000 to the West Creek Conservancy for the acquisition and conservation of 15 acres of headwater habitat of the Chippewa Creek watershed from the District 11 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Thank you. Mr. President and my colleagues, we heard from Derek Schaefer of West Creek Conservancy in the Education Environment Committee last week, and he spoke to the value of this particular land acquisition. This is high-level wetlands, and the hope is to connect several parcels together to create a corridor, which not only enhances the biodiversity of our county. We're mostly built out. This is also valuable water management, nature's way to handle infrastructure. It's actually green infrastructure. So this happens to be in Councilman Gallagher's district. I think North Royalton, is that yours? Used to be the location of a school that was demolished, and this will enhance the whole corridor, and I ask for your support.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Committee report in consideration of an ordinance of council for second reading.
Ordinance 2023-0009, amending sections 501.15, 501.19, and 505.03 of the Cuyahoga County Code to provide that wage theft committed by current or prospective contractors shall be grounds for debarment.
Mr. President,
Councilman Miller.
I'd like to move a substitute and ask for a second.
Second.
Thank you. Mr. President and colleagues, the substitute makes only one change to the draft ordinance. At the administration's request, the departmental contact to coordinate with Ohio Means Jobs on worker education is moved from the Department of Development to the Department of Consumer Affairs. I would appreciate your support of the substitute.
All right, all those in favor of accepting the proposed substitute, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. And this item will move to the May 23rd council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
And at this time, Council President has requested that his name be added as a sponsor.
Thank you. Legislation introduced by executive. Consideration of resolutions for first reading adoption under suspension of rules. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The rules are suspended.
Resolution 2023-0131, amending the 2022-2023 biennial operating budget for 2023 by providing for additional fiscal appropriations from the general fund and appropriation transfers and cash transfers.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, my colleagues, this resolution is the regular fiscal agenda of budget amendments. Answers to our questions to OBM are on your desks. The agenda is short and the items are routine. I recommend passage on first reading suspension.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0132, authorizing an amendment to a contract with Partners Environmental for general environmental consulting services for the period June 1st, 2020 through May 31st, 2023, to extend the time period to December 31st, 2025, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $500,000.
Move to adopt.
Second, Simon.
This item was previously discussed in executive session, and I ask for my colleagues' support, and we will do a roll call on this item. Madam Clerk, if you would again proceed with the roll call.
Ms. Conwell? Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. Stevens? Ms. Simon?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
No.
Mr. Miller?
No.
Mr. Sweeney?
No.
Mr. Tuma?
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher?
No.
Mr. Schron is absent. Council President Jones?
Yes.
Okay, we have 6 council members voting in the affirmative and 4 council members casting dissenting votes.
Consideration of resolution. Yes.
I'm sorry. And at this time, the legislation did not receive the affirmative votes of at least 8 members of council.
No, that's not correct. 6 votes are required.
I was just going to say, therefore, it is not effective immediately.
Fair enough. All right. Thank you.
Mr. President,
Yes.
a point of clarification, when is it effective?
It's within 30 days.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Consideration of resolutions for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution 2023-0133, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Deborah Rex to serve on the Division of Children and Family Services Advisory Board for the term March 1st, 2023 through February 28th, 2027.
This item will be referred to the Human Resources, Appointments, and Equity Committee.
Resolution 2023-0134, authorizing an amendment to a contract with Union Industrial Contractors Incorporated for rehabilitation of Cedar Point Bridge number 00.49 over the Rocky River located in the city of Cleveland, Metropolitan Park District in the city of North Olmsted, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $2,274,161.73.
This item will be referred to the Public Works, Procurement, and Contracting Committee.
Resolution 2023-0135, authorizing an amendment to a revenue-generating lease agreement with Eaton Corporation for lease of land and a hangar facility at the Cuyahoga County Airport, located at 26340 Curtis Wright Parkway in the city of Richmond Heights, for the period June 1st, 2003 through May 31st, 2023, to exercise an option to extend the time period to May 31st, 2028, to change the terms effective June 1st, 2023, and to generate additional revenue in the amount not to exceed $775,080.
This item will be referred to the Public Works, Procurement, and Contracting Committee.
Resolution 2023-0136, making an award on requisition 11900 to Trimore Corporation in the amount not to exceed $657,875 for rehabilitation of aprons D1, D2, and D3 at Cuyahoga County Airport, located at 26340 Curtis Wright Parkway in Richmond Heights.
This item will be referred to the Public Works, Procurement, and Contracting Committee.
Resolution 2023-0137, making an award on requisition 11914 to Perk Company, Inc. in the amount not to exceed $2,560,100.42 for resurfacing of Hilliard Road from Warren Road to Riverside Drive in the city of Lakewood in connection with the 2021-2024 Transportation Improvement Program.
This item will be referred to the Public Works, Procurement, and Contracting Committee.
Mr. President,
Councilman Miller.
may I have my name added, please?
Let's add Councilman Miller's name.
Resolution 2023-0138, making an award on requisition 12027 to Northeast Ohio Trenching Service, Inc. in the amount not to exceed $2,163,750 for installation of 785 feet of new concrete for East 26th Street roadway between Community College Avenue and Central Avenue in the city of Cleveland.
This item will be referred to the Public Works, Procurement, and Contracting Committee.
And at this time, Council President Jones has requested that his name be added as a sponsor.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Resolution 2023-0139, authorizing an amendment to a contract with Emerald Development and Economic Network, Inc. for rapid rehousing services for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2023, to extend the time period to June 30th, 2024, to change the terms and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $902,677.31.
This item will be referred to the Health, Human Services, and Aging Committee. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions for second reading.
Resolution 2023-0117, confirming the county executive's appointment of Richard D. Maniloff upon his taking the oath of office as Cuyahoga County Director of Law.
And this item will move to the May 23rd council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution 2023-0122, making awards to various municipalities in the total amount of $3,004,930 for various projects or programs in connection with the 2022 and 2023 Community Development Block Grant Program for the period April 1st, 2023 through September 30th, 2023 for the items listed A through U on the agenda.
This item will move to the May 23rd council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption as well.
Council President, if you could turn to page 12, that'd be greatly appreciated.
All right.
Mr. President, can I
Yes.
please have my name added to that legislation?
Let's add Councilwoman Turner's name. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions for second reading adoption under suspension of rules. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
All those in favor of suspending the rules say aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0123, making awards to various municipalities and agencies in the total amount of $1,413,295.72 for various projects or programs in connection with the 2023 Community Development Supplemental Grant Program for the period April 1st, 2023 through March 31st, 2024, items A through E as listed on the agenda.
Mr. President, I
Councilwoman?
move that we move forward on this. Sierra Parks, Jack.
There's a substitute.
There's a substitute,
I was going to
a
ask for
proposed
that.
substitute.
So we'll entertain a motion to adopt first.
And then
Move to adopt.
substitute.
Second.
Second.
Properly moved by
I think it was moved by
Earl,
Cheryl.
seconded by
Yvonne.
Von Conwell. All right, and now again, if there's any further discussion you'd like to have, Councilwoman?
I just wanted to say that the department presented these A through, was it E, to the committee, and we are in full support of moving forward as amended.
Do we need a motion for the substitute?
No, we need a motion to accept the proposed substitute, yes.
A motion, so I so move.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor of accepting the proposed substitute say aye.
Aye. Mr. President,
Opposed?
please add my name.
Let's
Yeah.
add Councilwoman Turner's name.
And my name too, and
Councilman.
the previous 122 too. I thought a bunch of us did that before
As well as Sweeney on both of them.
on both pieces of legislation. I thought a bunch of us added our names.
Andrea, I'm just for Conwell for 0123.
You might as well add Simon to the CDBG one.
Duly noted.
Thank you.
Mr. President,
Councilman Miller.
I would like my name added on this one. Thank you.
You're not gonna leave me out. Add my name. Add- All right,
Council President, if you could turn to page 15.
page 50. Did we vote, all those in favor of accepting proposed substitute? That did happen? Okay, and
I thought we did.
I
We
voted
did.
Yeah, and then we added
All
our
right.
names.
So I think we have to pass them all together, or no?
all right.
All
All right,
together
we'll
now.
move on. Consideration of resolutions for third reading adoption.
Oh, I guess that's,
No,
No.
we voted.
for the full sub, okay,
Yes.
thank you.
You want to we can clarify and vote again. All
vote?
those in
Right.
favor of accepting it on its merits?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye, aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right. Again, consideration of resolutions for third reading adoption.
Resolution 2023-0054, confirming the county executive's appointment of Jacqueline M. Fletcher upon her taking the oath of office as Director of the Division of Children and Family Services in the Department of Health and Human Services.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. At this time, again, in fact, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. All right. So at this time, we're going to ask our county executive if he would lead our swearing-in ceremony for Ms. Jacqueline Fletcher.
Council President, I have a burning question. Which way should they be facing you? There's no easy way to not have a
Just
back
the
facing.
sideways.
Pretend like
This
I'm
way?
not even here. You all just face each other and
Okay, well, that works.
swearing and
If you could stand near the microphone so everyone can hear you.
Well, we're going to try to get this in the mic, and I would thank County Council in advance for their support of our wonderful new director, and hopefully I brought my glasses up. I did. And place your left hand on the Bible. And I want to, before administering the oath, but not prolong this while your hand is up, is say to Jackie Fletcher, thank you already for the job you've been doing for our kids, for our Department of Children and Family Services and Health and Human Services. And I agree with council, you're the right person for the job. So if you'll accept and repeat after me, I'm going to swear in Jacqueline Fletcher, the oath of office under County Code Chapter 107. And if you will repeat after me, I, Jacqueline Fletcher,
Jacqueline Fletcher,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
uphold,
uphold,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the State of Ohio,
of the State of Ohio,
and
and
the Charter
the Charter
and laws
and laws
of the County
of the County
of Cuyahoga,
of Cuyahoga,
Ohio,
Ohio,
that I will
that I will
faithfully,
faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
diligently,
diligently,
and
and
impartially
impartially
perform
perform
and discharge
and discharge
all of the powers
all of the powers
and duties
and duties
incumbent
incumbent
upon me
upon me
as Director
as Director
of the Division
of the Division
of Children
of Children
and Family
and
Services
Family Services
in
in
the Department
the Department
of Health and Human Services
of Health and Human Services
in and for the County
the County
of Cuyahoga,
of Cuyahoga,
State of Ohio,
State of Ohio,
according
according
to the best
to the best
of my ability
of my ability
and understanding.
and understanding.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Director Fletcher. Well done. Okay. Do you want pictures after our second, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right, we've got one more to do. Thank you, guys. Congratulations.
Resolution 2023-0080, confirming the county executive's appointment of Sarah A. Nimistil upon her taking the oath of office as Director of Human Resources.
move to adopt.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. All right. Congratulations. At this time, please come forward.
Okay. Round two. Here we go. Whatever your pleasure. All right. And raise your right hand. I want to also thank Sarah Nemistil for the job she's been doing already for Cuyahoga County and your last post in HR at the Sheriff's Office, and congratulate you and thank County Council for the support and our partnership. And thanks for bringing your family. We'll introduce them later in pictures. But for the oath, affirmation of office, Cuyahoga County Code, Chapter 107, if you, Sarah, would repeat after me. I, Sarah A. Nemistil,
Sarah A. Nemistil,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
uphold,
uphold,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of
of
the United
the
States,
United States,
the Constitution
the Constitution
of
of
the State of Ohio,
the State of Ohio,
and
and
the Charter
the Charter
and
and
laws
laws
of the County
of the County
of Cuyahoga,
of Cuyahoga,
Ohio,
Ohio,
that I will
that I will
faithfully,
faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
diligently,
diligently,
and
and
impartially
impartially
perform
perform
and discharge
and discharge
all
all
of the powers
of the powers
and duties
and duties
incumbent
incumbent
upon me
upon me
as
as
Director
Director
of
of
the Department
the Department
of
of
Human Resources
Human Resources
in
in
and
and
for
for
the County
the County
of
of
Cuyahoga,
Cuyahoga,
State of Ohio,
State of Ohio,
according
according
to the best
to the best
of my ability
of my ability
and understanding,
and understanding.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice job. Thank you.
Great job. Congratulations to both our new directors.
Resolution 2023-0105, declaring that public convenience and welfare requires the replacement of Ridgewood Drive Bridge number 03.50 over West Creek in the city of Parma. Total estimated project cost, $2,500,000.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
And Mr. President, on April 19th, 2023, Nicole English from Public Works came before the Public Works Committee to discuss this legislation. The county is going to be responsible for maintaining this bridge, and therefore this will be the first step in the project of being able to move forward with the design phase immediately and hoping to complete by the year 2026. Moving forward with this project this year will allow for the important project to be completed, and the bridge is in poor condition and badly needs replacement. The funding comes 20% from our county road and bridge funds, 80% is federal funding, and the bridge was originally constructed in 1925. It's an art-style bridge, which generally lasts longer, but it's time, and certainly with safety concerns, we want to get this thing moving. So I would ask for my colleagues' support on this piece of legislation.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution 2023-0106, declaring that public convenience and welfare requires the rehabilitation of Lee Road Bridge number 00.77 over Mill Creek in the city of Maple Heights. Total estimated construction costs, $4,892,500.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Yeah, Mr. President, Nicole English also presented on the same date. This piece of legislation, it's similar to the last piece. This is the first step in this project, and the county will immediately commence the design phase, which will hope to start construction in 2026 as well. The bridge is also listed in poor condition and clearly needs to be replaced. Funding in this instance is $978,500 from the County Road and Bridge Fund and $3,914,000 from federal funding. Bridge originally was constructed in 1971, and it allows over 6,000 vehicles per day on it. So again, to avoid any safety issues and concerns, I'd ask for my colleagues' support in moving this project along. Thank you.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
And at this time, Council President Jones has asked that his name be added as a sponsor to this legislation.
And thank you. Consideration of an ordinance for first reading and referral to committee.
Ordinance 2023-0011, providing for modifications to and adoption of Section 11.01 of the Cuyahoga County Employee Handbook.
This item will be referred to the Human Resources Committee. Miscellaneous committee reports. Any committee reports?
Yes, Mr. President. Health and Human Services will be Wednesday, May 17th at 1 o'clock. Thank you.
Safety, Tuesday, 1 o'clock.
Public, whatever it's called, Public Works will be called Wednesday at its regularly scheduled time.
Human Resources Appointments and Equity, regular time Tuesday, May 16th, 10 a.m.
The special committee of the Community Development Committee, the Community Reinvestment Committee, will meet Wednesday, May 25th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mr. President, the next meeting of Finance and Budgeting Committee will be at our next regular time on Monday, May 15th at 1 p.m. for a review of the first quarter actuals and financial projections for the remainder of the year. We will also have some discussion on employee turnover rates and how to improve the budgeting process from a diversity and inclusion perspective. Also, tentatively, I would like to hold a Finance and Budgeting Committee meeting on Monday, June 5th at 1 p.m., which is the Monday after the Memorial Day holiday. And I have sent an email earlier today to all members of committee asking whether that date works for you. Please let me know in the next day or two by responding to that email if you have any conflicts. Thank you.
If no other committee reports, any miscellaneous business? If nothing else.